Rent a Girlfriend Season 2, Episode 2. A little late. I'm wondering what they're gonna change. I'm curious because I know the ending is in this episode, and I'm really curious to see what the ending looks like because a lot of people are talking about it on Twitter. So I'm really curious. I feel like they're gonna skip 2 chapters this week, being the chapter with the dad and the chapter with Sumi, because the chapter with Sumi played before. So I feel like we're gonna be skipping 2 chapters ahead this week. I'm really curious what's gonna happen. Hi, I'm Fate. I talk about Rent a Girlfriend stuff, and today, as I said, I'm reacting to episode 14 of Rent a Girlfriend Season 2, Episode 2. Let's just get into it. Let's mosey. Spring. Oh, they did skip. Okay, I had a feeling they would skip. Hey, this is a new shot. This is a new conversation. I've never seen this conversation. This is new. Jesus! God, bro. Oh, the frame issue is still kind of there, I see. I don't care what anybody says. I like this opening. I think this opening is great. I really like it. It's very charming and exciting. The pacing of the music is a little different from the stills, which is interesting to think about because, like, it creates this juxtapose. It feels a little jarring, but I feel like it is intentional. It feels intentional in how everything's playing out because the pacing is like 2 different sets of pacings, because one is like Chizuru and one's Kazuya. And if you listen to the songs, the lyrics are in fact both of the characters. It's playing the song's lyrics from both the characters' sides, and this is supposed to be like the 2 sides of the characters. I still really like the running segment with Kazuya. It's so good. Oh, that's Kazuya's boss. Wait, this conversation seems like it's from a different chapter.
No.
Maybe it's not. Maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I feel like I'm wrong. Hey, season 1 flashbacks. Yep, okay. The walking is still a little stiff. I still feel that. The walking is still a little bit stiff. Hey, we're finally on this date. I really like this date. But yeah, they skipped 2 chapters. The delivery's called. She's showing she cares. Oof. I like his facial reactions. Ooh, that's a good shot of the money. It like blurs out his fingers. I forgot what this song is called. We hear Aoyuki again. Yeah, okay.
Huh?
Oh, it's playing the jealousy theme. Girl, you ain't going out with him. Shut the hell up. Ooh, this. I remember this. Yeah, he's trying to move on. That's why he did it. But now it's like created whiplash for Ruka, which is rough. It's adorable. Ruka's adorable. Aww. You can tell Hariyama loves to draw Ruka. Aww. Uh-huh. Damn. Look at them getting along. Look at Uruka compromising. It's cute. I like it. I really like how they did his face here. It looks so natural. Yo, what a line. Fuck you, corny's good. What a jarring ending. I like how they did that. They transitioned from the crowd into Kazuya by having the person walk. That was good. The feet always look weird in this anime. Oh? This moment was so good in the manga. No rental girlfriend. I really like the song. It's a remix of Chizuru's theme. The song's a remix of Chizuru's theme, and it's cuter. Yo, there's no synthesizers. This is just instruments. That's so good. This music remix is amazing. Yes. You come here often. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Fucking classic tsundere bullshit. Ooh. That was smooth. Ouch. Fuck off. Girl's very sporty. Chizuru's very sporty. This song's new. This song's new. Yeah, and then Kazu's reflecting on what she's going through. Yeah. He sounded so mature there. This song feels like a dude like umping himself up or making a choice. That was cool. No! Ah, see, so much of. Oh man. Damn, home run. Sugal. They're upping the animation a lot in this episode, I can tell. Wow, look at that. Desire! Again! Or I Want to Tell You. That's what the song is actually called. They're having the time of their life animating this, oh my god. Aww. That's fucking adorable. Look me dead in the eye and tell me that wasn't fucking adorable. This man. This shot reminds me a lot of the aquarium day in the first episode, where the background highlights her. I thought that was cool. Not quite. Depressing. Oh, Sayuri. Best character. Fucking love Sayuri, dude. Bruh. Ooh, look at Chizuru's face. She looked a bit unnerved by that. What's that? What's that? I sense Chizuru jealousy. Yo, she's hella jealous. She's hella jealous. Oh man, daisuki. Yeah, you love her. It would bother you. The shift in tone, though. What a shift in tone. I think those flowers that Chizuru had, that she was carrying Gerbaria, red ones, which commonly mean love. But then the other flower that she had on them, I think they might have been forget-me-nots, which is kind of sad, actually. It's that song again. The song sounds so genuine. I'm really curious what it's called. It has like an old traditional Japanese sound to it. It's like those traditional papang sounds in there. Yeah. Yeah, those are forget-me-nots. And thus we learn more about our heroine. The music was good, but kind of weird there. Kazuya timing! He looks so scummy in there! Thank you. Realization. Whoa, calm down. Oh my god. They went so hard with the animation there for no reason. One prince. Bruh. Oh, Kazuya's the stronger one, is he now? Nobody's perfect. We lose our way. We make the wrong choices. We learn how weak and frail we are brought to our knees and yet stand back up again. Pursue happiness over and over. That, my boy, is what we call life. Damn, that's profound as shit. Damn. She literally told them, man, it don't matter what other people think. It's you made it. You got it. A mere display of strength and armor. They're doing this scene really well. Holy shit. Jesus. What an insane shift in tone. The zoom-ins. Wait, too many times, guys. Whew. Nah! Nothing. Don't worry about it. Her fucking look. Yeah. You can never know everybody's sides. You can only know so much about people. Truly the perfect girlfriend. Now he has a motivation. He wants to live up to expectations. Huh. Not where I expected it would end. Oh. Yo, what? Yo, what? What is this ending? What? Oh, it's doing the thing Reiji does, where he takes a picture and then he draws the girls in the current area. That's cool. It's blending fiction and reality, which is kind of what the series is. Ooh. Yo, the music, what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? It's all stills though, that's really interesting. But the way they utilize the imagery is really good. Oh god! Those designs! Oh god! The girls getting along in story. Fight! It's a war! Oh. Hello. How are you doing? Hi. Yes? Can I help you? Oh, the eye movements though. Endless parade of sax instruments? Bruh, I'll censor it with light beams myself. So yes, mommy comes back next week. Wow, that was a really good episode. They took a lot of like what season 1 did, or they took a lot of what the last episode did and just amplified it. Like a lot of the concerns, for example, a lot of people had included stuff like how the animation wasn't as high quality, or at times they didn't utilize the animation in ways to really set it apart. And I think rather what this episode did is do that very thing, where it took a lot of the animation and a lot of the scenes where it looked like roughly the same, but they changed it up. They changed up certain scenes, they made it more fluid and smooth, they added like things in there that really made it kind of feel different. Like this episode feels like it's an amplified version of the manga. Like it took the original source material and kind of elevated it a little bit. And I noticed a lot how they used a lot of different songs in this, where they remixed songs or they had different sets of songs playing in the background. It was really unique and interesting. Like they had a lot going on in this episode, where there was a lot happening. In terms of like how different stuff was. I also noticed how in the ending, what they did for the ending song is like they had images that were literally like what Reiji does, where he'll take a picture of a place, he'll put a filter on it, and then he'll draw like a character over that filter. So that way it's like the whole thing that Reiji does, where he blends this idea of fantasy and reality, where that's kind of one of the themes of the story, where Kazuya is a very how do I put it? He's a very dreamer-like fantasy-based character, where he literally has like fantasies in his mind, or he has delusions and shit, and he imagines crazy scenarios. But that also plays into how he acts, where he has crazy belief in people, or he like has like he can just shout out what he wants to say. He does things that are very like protagonist, very main protagonist character stuff, where, you know, talk no jutsu or whatever. But with him it's a little crazy because this is like kind of set in more, you know, modern actual Japan rather than like other stuff, so it feels a little weird and crazy with Kazuya's character, but it works. And while Chizuru is more of the Chizuru is like the more realist-based character, and that's kind of what makes Chizuru like the juxtaposed to Kazuya, where they're both essentially like kind of dreamers and realists, and they're like both existing in that weird limbo. And Chizuru essentially, like, when Kazuya looks at Chizuru, she looks like a fantasy. She looks like something that's like otherworldly and amazing. But when Chizuru looks at him, she sees just him. She sees him like down to earth for who he is, which is why they make such they make such a good pair. This episode was interesting because it highlights something very important about like Chizuru's character and what she's doing, and how this could actually technically be kind of wrong. For as much as we like this episode, it does something fundamentally important for Chizuru, which is that she's essentially breaking the rules. She's essentially like she's playing a technicality where she's breaking the rules and she's hanging out with Kazuya. But if you think about it, she's still breaking the rules. She's still like hanging out with Kazuya. She brought him to meet her grandmother. okay? Like, she's the one perpetuating the lie. She's the one dragging this out. And you don't think about that when that's happening, but that's another factor of this. But now there's like another layer to it where it's like you have this whole scene with Grandma Sayuri where Grandma Sayuri is just like, yo, like, look out for my granddaughter. Like, when I'm gone, she's not gonna have anybody. And she's not gonna have anybody to open up to, and she puts on this armor. She protects herself. She doesn't actually show herself to people. And so, like, I want you to be there for her when no one else will be, because I'm gonna be gone and she's not gonna have anybody and she's gonna feel alone in the world. And it's interesting because at this point in the story, Kazuya, like, learned this, but he doesn't, like, fully understand it yet. He doesn't fully grasp this fact yet. And even he says it, he's like, really? Like, that's who she is? I kind of like have a hard time believing that. So what's gonna be happening moving forward is like Kazuya's slowly kind of gonna try to be there for her. And over that small time as he's trying to be there for her, he's gonna start learning this stuff. He's gonna start like fundamentally understanding these aspects of her character where he's like, Chizuru is not like Chizuru isn't strong. Chizuru is like strong but not strong. She puts on the facade of being strong, but when in reality she's actually very much at her limit. I also really liked how they remixed Chizuru's theme when they're playing at the batting cages. They remixed her theme to be a lot more tuned down and relaxed, and like it's all instrumental. They didn't have any of those synthesizers, because what's interesting is the first season of the anime utilizes a lot of synthesizers, and it's intentional. It's 100% intentional. It's especially intentional with Mami's theme, Ex-Girlfriend, where like the song, I'm not talking about the rap by the way, I'm talking about Mami's actual theme, where it's like straight up synthesizers, and it seems like fucking like rave music. It's 100% intentional, and they do this on purpose because Mami's character is like kind of stuck on the superficial aspects of people, and the synthesizers are meant to symbolize that. Like the synthesizers are literally symbolic of Mami's like obsession with people being superficial, and this is why she acts as a perfect juxtapose to Chizuru, where Mami dresses to like seduce people. That's the whole idea. Mami dresses to like seduce people, while Chizuru dresses to be people's ideal girlfriend. So in a sense, Chizuru is like appealing to your needs and trust, and they're doing essentially the same thing, but the whole idea is that the results of Mami are far more negative than anything Chizuru does. Chizuru, in fact, results in a more positive reason, in a more positive result, where she gets you to want to improve and like change as a person, while Mami just kind of fucks you up, like results in a terrible fucking result. But yeah, but if you'll notice, when it's playing the theme for Chizuru, like the original theme, it's somewhat synthesized, but not as bad. And then there's like a really like heavy rock part in the middle, which is supposed to be like symbolic of her anger, where Chizuru like fucking loses it, and the song like literally snaps like she snaps. But yeah, like that's kind of the thing. But then in this, the song is completely instrumental, and it's really toned down and relaxed. I feel like the way they utilized the music here was really good. The only one that was a little bit weird was when they played the jealousy theme when Kazuya was talking to Ruka, and it's playing this like heavy synthesizer theme. But as the scene continues, initially it works because they pace the song perfectly with Kazuya's words and actions, but then about near the end of it, I feel like they should have gotten rid of the song or changed it or something. But instead they played the entirety of the song, where the whole idea of the song is like it progressively gets more and more intense, and if you listen to it, like it at first it's like intense, then it's like sinister, and then it's just pure fucking chaos. And that's kind of how the song sounds, but in that they played it a little bit differently, where they just kind of played the whole thing, and it kind of feels a little bit jarring, but not too bad. I really like the animation. Some people pointed out the animation for the last episode was like kind of okay. I personally liked it. I thought it was good, but one thing I will definitely admit for the last episode is that what they did is that they were really like sticking to the manga to a fucking T. They stuck to the manga to a T. Almost everything was like kind of the same to a degree. They just took stuff and animated it. And I feel like in a way it was kind of meant to like ease you in. It was kind of meant to like ease you in. So it felt kind of safe. It felt kind of safe, but it was good safe. It wasn't like a bad safe. It was like an above average kind of safe, but it wasn't like a bad safe in retrospect. But when I was watching it, like the delivery, the music utilization, and the visuals were really, really good. So I personally had no complaints except for like one shot where Kazuya was walking into the theater and like you see the theater and the theater looks like kind of 2D in comparison to him. So it didn't look like there was actual depth to the shot, but that was like one of the only shots I didn't like. Everything else seemed fine. This, however, this particular episode did the complete fucking opposite. This episode actually like had all the things like people wanted and it did them perfectly. And it nailed that. And like I feel like one of the best things about this anime is not just like the utilization of like scenes and visuals, but like in particular the voice acting. Holy shit, there is such good shift in tone with voice acting and like just how characters talk and react. That was really, really good. Like the constant like way in like how the music from the scene where Kazuya starts to talk with Grandma Sayuri to eventually when she tells him like, please, I beg of you, like look out for Chizuru, be there for her. Like from the first point to that, there's such a drastic difference, but you see you see the tone slowly shifting the entire way through up until that very last scene where it feels like totally comedic, totally silly, and then it just gets fucking serious. Like you're just like, oh shit, what do I say? And like even Kazuya's like, I can't just carelessly say I'll support her for the rest of my life because like I'm not her boyfriend. I'm not in that position. I can't fucking do that. And it leaves the character in like this heavy moral dilemma where you're just like, what do you fucking say to that? Like this started as a lie, and like where there is truth to Kazuya, there's like a precious truth to Kazuya, which is the fact that he's in love with her. It's still like a rough situation to be in because what do you fucking say, dude? What the fuck do you say? That's heavy. Like that scene is like super, super heavy. And I also really like the way they did the shot with Chizuru where it pans to her teddy bear on the floor, and oh my god, the way they use the coloring and the like the shadows. Holy shit, it like that added to that shift in tone where it's like, whoa, like you're just caught off guard by the imagery because the imagery adds to that sense of like dread, and then the music works well, but then it cuts off suddenly, so it's a bit jarring. Like the music is perfect. The music is perfect for that particular set of shots where we're seeing Chizuru like crying and being like a little girl and feeling like needy and shit. But then when when it like comes back to present time and it cuts, the cut shot, the cut for the music is like, that just happened. Like it's a little weird. It's a little weird. But yeah, if you'll notice, I'm talking a lot about the music because I actually like the soundtrack for this series and actually think it's decent. I actually think it's good. But yeah, I do think the shift in musical tone for this season is really smart, and that's one of the things I liked. This episode had a lot of really good animation. The voice acting was really good. Like you can even see like little subtleties and shift in tones in like when Chizuru's talking. Like when Chizuru's talking and Kazuya mentions like, can you be your normal self? And I like how they animated him because it looks so natural. Like he's just like come on, this is like, I know you don't gotta be different like that. And then Chizuru's shift in tone is so sudden because she's going from this like perfect girlfriend sound that she's so used to doing with Kazuya to a more serious tone. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? Like her voice literally just shifted. But then when he says that, she's caught off guard and she has to like look away and be cute as fuck, and it's adorable as shit, and I liked it. I also noticed like how the interaction between Kazuya and Ruka felt really genuine. Like they were just kind of talking and I'm like, huh, they're actually like listening to each other. They're fucking interacting, and like Ruka actually compromised to work with Kazuya, and I'm like, yeah, okay, nice. Like you're pretty needy. Like Ruka's pretty needy, and like they're not actually dating, and it's rough, but it's like also partly her own fault just as much as Kazuya's and Chizuru's. So it's like you can't really like blame anybody in that scenario, but in the process everyone's gonna feel guilty and like they want to act. So it's a rough situation to be in, but it's kind of, but you also see like the positive aspects of it where you know, they actually talked and listened, and Kazuya actually like told her what he wanted to do before doing it. He didn't want to keep it a secret from Ruka, which was actually like kind of good, but it doesn't seem like he told Chizuru about that, and Chizuru still seems to be hung up on Mami and like all that scenario, which is really interesting because Mami literally shows up next like episode, so that's gonna be like really interesting because like you can tell Chizuru's still kind of like hung up about the whole Mami situation, and then Mami just fucking shows up out of buttfuck nowhere at Kazuya's house. Like what? Like, and Kazuya mentioned like in season 1, like he tried to bring her over and she never came over. So how the fuck does she like know where he lives? How the fuck does she just like magically show up? And it's in the middle of the night. It's dark. It's dark out. So Mami just like showed up at Kazuya's house. That's fucking crazy. That's weird. So that's really interesting to like, that's gonna be like an interesting interaction to see next episode, because you're gonna be like, whoa, what the fuck? There are also some like shots where it's like the zoom out shots. They look jarring, like especially the last one we saw where it's like Chizuru like at the very edge, and you see like Chizuru just kind of like standing there, and it looks kind of jarring, like especially the faces and stuff, because their faces are like kind of blurred out and shit. So it looks a little weird. I still don't like how they walk. I feel like, I'm not gonna be mean here, I don't know who the animation, I know Hariyama-san, who is the character designer, supervises the animation director, and she's like the animation director, or not really. It's confusing. I don't know. But one thing I've noticed consistently is that whenever characters are wearing shoes and shit and they walk, it doesn't look good. They don't look good. Like Kazuya looks okay, but the other characters, when they walk, it looks weird. It looks kind of weird. They're also not great at zoom out shots. When it zooms in on the characters and it's about the human interactions face to face, it's good. But when they zoom out, it looks jarring as fuck. Like what? They look so weird. They look so weird. It's like, it looks like one of those like far away zoomed out shots where it's like you literally can't do anything, but it's not that far. It's not that far, and it just seems like something they're gonna end up editing in the Blu-ray release. At least I think. But those kinds of shots is like, you can tell like for those other shots they gave it their all, and those were like the focus. But then when you get to these kinds of shots, they're not as good. So it's like there are stuff that the anime like just does better than the manga, period. But then there's also stuff where the anime just kind of like oof, just leaves you with the oof. Like, that's kind of rough. You didn't nail that very well. But ultimately, I think this was a really solid episode. The voice acting is great. Kazuya's voice actor is going in. Shouldn't Horia or Hori or something like that? He's fucking going in, dude. Jesus Christ. And then like the Sayuri's interaction, that was good. Also, the baseball thing, let's just point that out right now. The baseball thing, that was not like, that was just, Chizuru wanted him to go with her. Let's be real. Chizuru wanted him to go with her. Like, come on. She lets him into her personal life. She high-fives him. She smiles. She interacts with him. Fuck out of here. Of course she wanted to hang out with you. Like, she hella wanted to hang out with you. And like that's like 100% clear what she was doing, but it also plays into that like issue where she's kind of breaking those rules, just as Mami was saying, where now like Chizuru's actually breaking those boundaries, which is a good thing, but also a double-edged sword, because once she inevitably interacts with Mami just as she was like afraid to, what's gonna end up happening is gonna create this scenario where it's like, ooh, that's kind of rough, because Chizuru broke the rules even more, and Mami was like essentially telling them to like stop doing that, stop like faking a relationship and interacting, and like basically whatever's gonna happen with Mami moving forward is gonna be interesting, because as much as people don't like Mami, she actually has like an interesting stake in this now, where it's like it seems like it's about her, but it seems like it's about something else, and it plays directly into Chizuru's insecurities in regards to this relationship, and Kazuya and Chizuru actually building a relationship. So them building an actual relationship, but it started as a rental and it started all these factors. That's also like an issue you have to kind of consider, because it's kind of weird for that, you know? Like they're building an actual relationship under the guise of a rental relationship. So now it's kind of just weird, and it leaves you in that weird scenario. But yeah, so as you can tell, Chizuru's probably gonna go into Kazuya's house or Kazuya's apartment next chapter. Oh. All the horny fucks in the chat. I can already feel it, man. I can already feel it. But yeah, that's roughly all I've had to say. I hope you guys enjoy what I had to talk about. This is just my first impressions, just kind of what I had to say off the top of my head. I planned to do a comparison video for episode 1, and I'm still going to do that. However, it's a little harder to, it took a lot longer than I expected, just because I've been having some issues with Premiere Pro while I'm editing and stuff. So I will still do that, but I definitely want to do one for this episode too. So I'm gonna make a decision regardless, but let me know in the comments. Should I do both episode 1 and episode 2 in one video, the breakdown and comparison, or should I do them separately, like one after the other? Personally, I kind of want to do them separately. I think separately is just better, even though episode 1 is late at this point. Like the comparison and breakdown for episode 1 is really late at this point. It's mostly because I'm actually breaking it down, like I'm actually breaking down the story and shit. So in terms of that, like that's kind of why it's taking a little bit longer. But it also had, like, I also have a lot of other projects, so that's kind of one of the reasons. But let me know in the comments, should I put them together or should I keep them separate? So far, I'm thinking separate, but let me know in the comments if I should do them together or separate. But yeah, that's kind of what I've had to say regarding that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on Monday when the new chapter comes out. Chapters come out Monday, and episodes come out Friday, 2 days apart. Yeah, we get to have something in the middle of the week to keep us busy while the chapters are in delay. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I've been Fate, and remember, let's mosey.